So do you want to lighten up your room? In today's How to Slice, we're going to be checking out some awesome night lamps. So let's start. So this is the mountain light box. As you can see, it's a really nice model. It's got all the mountains right here with the light box. It's going to turn out into a really nice model. You got all the trees right here, the forest, and the mountain in the back with all the lights. So this is a really nice model to have on your bedside, on your bedroom. So it's gonna look fantastic. But before printing, let's take a look at the best print settings to print this beautiful model. So as you can see, I was able to fit all the pieces into one build plate. So you can be printing in just one go. But as you can see, we got over here the mountains, the forest, and the light box. But we're going to be printing all of these models in a single build plate, but they need to be printed at different layer heights because the light box right here does not need too much quality print because it's a light box, not the principal model. As for this, it really needs a good a solid print quality because it's supposed to look beautiful. So as for the light box right here, part 1 and part 2, I'm just going to be joining closer so we can see right here on the right. We're going to be adding custom layer heights to these models right here. So you can right click on the light box part 1 over here in layers and perimeters, and for layer height to specifically to the part 1, we're going to be increasing to 0.24 so we can print a little bit quicker because it does not really need a high resolution. As for the light box part 2, we're going to be doing the same thing and increasing to 0.24 so it's going to print quicker. As for the forest right here, we're going to need a really small layer height so we can get a good print quality. So for layer height, we can be leaving at 0.16 millimeters. And what we're gonna do is add a little bit of ironing on this topmost surface right here. As you can see, this is a little bit curved, and when you're printing all the layers from the bottom to the top, by having the layers printing horizontal right here, you're gonna be able to see some printing lines. So by ironing, we're gonna soften out a bit those apparent layer heights. So what we can do over here in forest, right click on right here, and you're gonna go to add settings, ironing, and enable ironing. So you can just go over here and enable ironing just to this piece right here. So this is perfect. Let's go to the mountain tops right here. As you can see, let's go to layers and perimeters, and all of them are set to 0.16 millimeters. You can go to print settings. As you can see, my whole project set to 0.16 millimeters. So all of the mountains right here, 1, 2, and 3 are at 0.16 millimeters. This is at a 0.16 millimeters too. As for the light boxes, we changed to 0.24 millimeters. So there is the single build plate, but they are at a different layer height. Let's go to the print settings to take a look at the other print configurations. As for vertical shells, we can leave it at 3. For infill, you can select a 15% infill density at a gyroid. Gyroid is a really nice infill pattern. For skirt, you can leave it at 2. And for brim type, we do not need any brim for the light boxes, but we're gonna add brim to all these 3 mountains. As you can see, they are really high and they have really low contact area to the build plate. So by adding brim, we're gonna certify that the mountains do not tip over because they are really high. So what we can do is we can just move a little bit, just leave some space for the mountains so we can add just a little bit of a brim. So we're gonna add a custom brim to all these pieces. So what we can do is select mountain right here and add right here, click on add, skirt and brim, type and brim width. So you're gonna do to all of them. As you can see, mountain 2, brim type, outer brim only. It's set to outer brim only, and we're gonna add a 5mm brim, and we're gonna do this to all other mountains. So as you can see, we did that just to the mountain 3. So as you can see, I'm doing to mountain 1, 2, and mountain 2 right here. I just set a 5mm brim. So as you can see, I just added skirt and brim to all the mountains. This are printing at a different layer height. So let's take a look, and this is added ironing. So let's slice and take a look how it's gonna look, this beautiful project. So as you can see, I just sliced this project, and if you take a look, it added just brim to all the mountains right here. So we added custom brim. As for the mountain right here, it added ironing, so it's not visible too much those layers right here. So as you can see, it looks nice. And for the light box right here, it's printing at 0.24mm. It does not need any support because this is at an angle that your printer can print. Just some overhangs right here your printer can do quite well, so there is no problem with that. So it's going to turn into a really nice project. As you can see in this video, you checked out a lot of tips on how to add specific configurations to each part. So it's going to take 1 day and 26 minutes to print on the standard Ender 3v3 SE. So the model is ready to print. Make sure you check all of our models in stlflex.com, and I'll see you in another how to slice.
I hope you guys enjoy it. Those slicing videos are an initiative from STL Academy, which is the educational project from STLFlex. So if you guys want to learn more about 3D printing, you could check our description and look at STL Academy courses. And don't forget, see you guys at the next slicing.